Ghosts of War, Satan's Clothes Dryer. When I return at the beginning of June, the Iraqi summer is in full swing. Coming back isn't so bad. Getting on the plane in Albany was the hardest part. In Kuwait, when I was given back my body armor, I almost welcomed the transition to something familiar. I'm on a lumber hauling mission up to Bravo Company at Key West. SFC Morrow is my assistant driver, in an M916 tractor trailer hauling supplies and equipment. The Army calls this logistics. When we convoy for a logistics mission, it's called a logistics package or LOPAC. A log pack is one of the many single-day missions we conduct as headquarters company. Sometimes things go wrong and we don't get out in one day. Sometimes we have to stay for a couple of days. This is why we always pack extra socks and a toothbrush. This is why we're so used to living out of our rucksacks. The full name of Q West is Kayara West. It's a town outside of Mosul, near the border of Turkey. Soldiers call it Q West because it sounds like Key West, the coastal paradise in Florida. It's like this sarcasm that really keeps us going. It's the little things like zombie whistler or sugar-free dentist candy for poker chips. It's a 2-week taste of home. In Q West, there's an army camp where B Company stays. It's called FOB, Forward Operating Base, Endurance, and it usually takes 5 solid hours to get there. 5 hours of bone-dry heat. Desert. No scenery whatsoever. The earth is monotonous brown. The sky is tinted tan. The buildings are few and far between, and even they are crumbling of brown of dried mud. Any plants, which are also few and far between, are the pathetic shade of a dead lawn after the spring thaw. The road to Q West is usually very long and very uninspiring, but today we're witnessing a new variation of the only color in Iraq. It's a living, breathing, translucent brown. In Iraq, especially in the northern region during summer, dust devils are rampant. On a camp like Anaconda, where there are buildings and mortar barriers that block the wind, the dust devils are tiny. The dirt gets caught in the corner of a building, and it turns into a little devil dancing around like a child until the breeze stops blowing for a second. Then it fizzles out. But today, out in the open desert, the dust devils resemble skyscrapers. They stand hundreds of feet in the air and are as wide as a city block. Really, it's funny how much there is to a country that you can't see while standing right in it. I've never seen more than one of these giant dust devils at a time before, but today the sand-gray horizon resembles the final scene in the movie Twister. The dust devils are enormous and everywhere, no less than 4 at any given time. Even when they rise and fall like a changeover between movie scenes, the dust devils are never gone. The dust is in my boots and on my eyelashes. It sticks to my sweat and soaks up my urine. It is the food I eat, the letters I write, and the dreams I have. But the collections of the dust, the true devils, they eventually dissolve. One of the many grand beasts fly sideways across the open desert. It comes from the right towards the road. The M916 ahead of us, which is about 150 meters away, nearly avoids it. The mischievous devil runs across the road just after the tractor trailer passes. The giant wall of dirt blocks the entire road, and I can no longer see the first half of the convoy. Whoa, ho, ho, I say. Hold on, Smithson says Morrow. He sounds like he's warning me. He doesn't know whether to be scared or excited. This unsure apprehension is the one constant in Iraq, constant inconsistency. It's part of the combat experience. It's never really a fight or a flight dilemma. This is a war, after all. There's no point in running. Face the truth. Face the devil. Overcoming the fear of the unknown is the ultimate rush. I grip the wheel and hold on with white knuckles. We are only hauling lumber, so the load isn't very heavy. We're traveling about 60 miles per hour. Mistakes are lethal at that speed. We blast through the first wall of dark dirt. Our small dictionary-sized armored windows are open to allow for ventilation. Ventilation is more than we get. The dust swirls around inside the cab. Little pieces of rock hit my face and bounce off my Kevlar.
Please go to the nurse's office.
Morrow grips the oh shit handle in front of him and doesn't say a word. All I see is the brown dirt. All I see is Iraq. A massive circle surrounds us and slowly rotates. We are inside Satan's clothes dryer. We're in the middle of Iraq on Highway 1, the main service route that runs up the middle of the country. It's also called MSR, Main Service Route Tampa, but what we call it doesn't matter because right now it doesn't exist. We're in the middle of nowhere in a swirling cloud of dirt, and all we can see is the cab of this 916 and each other. This devil surrounds us like a front sight post set in the middle of a rear aperture. We're surrounded on all sides by this out-of-focus delirium that is war. We learn how impossibly big the world is and how impossibly small we are. We learn that situations, our reactions to them, and the results that follow are all just micro-level nonsense. We are so insignificant. This country engulfs us. It's so beyond what we can see. We think of safety and comfort because nothing can reach us here. We think of fear and death because we can reach nothing from here. We have lustful thoughts of what we'll do to our wives when we return home, regretful thoughts of war, of what we've done to our wives, who now sleep alone. Hearts are beating and sweat pores leaking. Morrow grips his M203. I grip the steering wheel. I'm checking my mirrors. He's checking his face. My eyes blink and my tongue wets my lips. I notice the lack of pull in the vehicle. Apparently appearances are deceiving. The giant devil is no more a threat to us than the wind through which we drive every day. I begin laughing as the second wall of dark dirt comes at us, or we come at it. Dust and small rocks invade our small cabin space once again. The dust sticks to the sweat on my face. This moisture on my lips and my laughter increases. We emerge from the dust devil, and the rest of the convoy comes back into focus. The rest of Iraq is visible. We are free, temporarily unfettered. I tip my head back and laugh toward the ceiling. It's a laugh of relief, the laugh that conquers the devil. He is behind us, and all I want to do is fall down laughing. I look to Morrow, who seems less amused at our successful run with the devil. I think he may have squirted a small amount of butt chocolate, and I laugh harder. Oh my God, I say. Did you see that? Jesus, he says, and shakes his head. Did you see that? I laugh harder. That was fucking awesome. Yeah, he says. Jesus.